Hey guys, it's Riggs here, and like always, welcome to All Day Anime. And today I actually have another treat for you guys. I did an interview with my boy 2SPOOKY, so let's get right into it. Play that shit. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for doing this interview with me today. I've noticed that you have a lot of One Piece and Bleach content on your channel when it comes to anime. So for the first question, we're just gonna start off simple. Which anime do you prefer, One Piece or Bleach?
Well, at one point in time, Bleach was actually my favorite, but after watching One Piece and then reading the rest of it and getting caught up to where it is now, I gotta say that it takes the cake.
Nice, nice. Honestly, I agree. Like, One Piece is by far my favorite anime. Like, I know it's not amazing, but it is my favorite. But the first arc of Bleach was amazing.
I know.
Yeah, the rescue arc with Rukio is probably my favorite shonen arc of all time.
I liked what they started out with Bleach, where it was just, like, before the Soul Reapers came in even. I liked where they were going with it when they first started out, like, before Byakuya and Renji showed up. And then after that, I felt like it kind of took a whole different turn. Like, if you were to go back and watch the last arc of Bleach, and then go back and watch the first one, it would be just so different.
Oh, for sure. Like, to be honest, I've said multiple times that it kind of went to shit. And, like, I don't want, like, any Bleach haters to come on me right now, but, like, I loved Bleach, and by the end of it, I was hating it, to be honest. Like,
It's definitely a lot different. Like, I still like it, of course, because it has a special place in my heart, but it's definitely not the same as it was at one point in time.
okay, so for the next question, who are your favorite characters in both series?
So, my favorite character in One Piece has to be Zoro. And then in Bleach, I would have to choose Gin.
Gin. Well, that is your picture for YouTube, so.
I feel like really stupid about it too, because you think I would know my favorite character, but when I made my Bankai video, I completely forgot what his Bankai even did.
That's jokes. Yeah, honestly, Zoro used to be my favorite too, like at the beginning of the series of One Piece, but as time progressed and especially post time skip, Sanji is by far my favorite now. Like he took the lead.
Like, the thing that I don't like in, like, post-time skip Zoro is he's always getting lost. Like, he never used to do that, and it makes me so upset.
It's definitely a long running gag, especially like I don't know. Like I don't mind it because he's completely badass in every other way, so like having that is like a little bit of a funny thing, but I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like he was just so cool at the beginning, and then after time skip, it wasn't like you couldn't really make him much cooler. While Sanji, on the other hand, just like, I don't know, he went through a transformation, if you ask me.
I agree. He's definitely came around for me.
Yeah, like, I always like Sanji, but for some reason, post time skip, it's like, I don't know why, I love any scene with Sanji in it, just like takes the cake.
He's just so much more badass now.
Exactly. I'm so excited for future chapters because we know, like, right now with Big Mom, like, stuff's gonna go down with Sanji. I just want to, like, find out more about him because he wasn't really involved in the Doflamingo arc. Okay, so for the next question, do you have any favorite arcs for these anime?
In Bleach, it would probably have to be, like, the first two. Like, the very beginning and then the Soul Society arc. I mean, I liked the Arrancar arc too, but it wasn't as good to me as the first two. And then in One Piece, like, it's so tough because there's so many good ones. I would probably have to say Marineford, but the thing I don't like about Marineford is that all the other Straw Hats weren't involved. But it was just so good.
Yeah, no, a Marineford was amazing. Personally, like, that's the thing for me is like I love Sanji and Zoro, and they just weren't involved, right? And Ina's Lobby was probably one of my favorites for One Piece because like that was the first time that was like they all had to like advance in order to beat their enemy. Like you could truly see like the development in that arc. But like the Baratie arc, like I don't know what it is. It has a special place in my heart. When Sanji first gets introduced, is by far my favorite somehow. Like I literally rewatched it yesterday again. Like I rewatch that every couple of months just because like just to like refire my spark for One Piece. And I guess it's a little bit biased because Sanji's my favorite character, so like seeing him first introduced and where he began.
Like, I gotta say that one's one of my personal favorites too, just because that was one of the first, like, episodes I saw as a kid, was in that arc. So, like, when I first decided to go back and watch One Piece from the start to, like, finish, that one definitely played, like, a big role in my heart, because I don't know why, but I think Don Krieg is a really underrated villain. Like, he's not strong at all, and he's kind of worthless, but I don't know, he was just interesting to me.
Yeah, he was the first like good adversary for Luffy.
Like, Buggy
And
got destroyed.
yeah, for sure. And it was just so badass, just like seeing Luffy as like the cabin boy, and everyone was like rooting him on and being like, "Don't take your eyes off him for a second. Like this is the type of guy you never want to fight with." Like,
Mm-hmm.
It was like I said, I watched it yesterday, so I have it all in my memory. But like, I love that arc. And when it comes to Bleach, I guess I have to say the first Soul Society arc, the rescue arc, right? Like it was just
Hmm.
one badass fight after another. There was a training scene mid arc, yeah, when he learned Bankai. Like honestly, it was
Hmm.
fantastic. I loved it. Like I said, favorite shonen arc of all time.
Definitely.
Okay, so next question: if you had to choose a waifu from one of the two series, who would it be?
Like, I've given this one some thought, and it's gonna have to be Rangiku from Bleach, hands down.
Ooh, honestly, that's a good call. I didn't even think about that.
Cause like
Like
in One Piece, I'm torn between two, so I don't want to like try and argue in my head about those two when I already have a definite from Bleach.
honestly, I feel like this is a weird one. Like do you remember Margaret from Amazon Lily?
Yeah, I do.
And I really wanted her to join the crew and like somehow end up with Luffy. Like I really don't to be honest, I don't want any romance in One Piece. But if there was going to be romance, that's the romance I would want.
Hmm.
Like screw Boa Hancock, screw Nami on the crew or whatever. Like I wanted Margaret to join and that shit to happen. But somehow somehow she's my waifu.
I get you. Like, I don't even see how people even consider Nami and Luffy. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Like I saw a couple of videos where like if there were to be like romance in One Piece, like who the pairings would be, like who would ship with who, and they put Nami with Luffy, and I was like, no, that hurts.
It
Like,
doesn't make sense.
yeah. All right, so number 5. Who do you think the next Straw Hat will be?
It's tough because I feel like that nobody in the current arcs is like gonna join. I just feel like none of them are actually gonna join the crew. But like Jinbei is pretty much already confirmed to join at some point in time.
Yeah, it's just next time they meet up, like he's already like he's a kind of a member,
Yeah.
right?
The thing is, like, I don't know if he's gonna show up before somebody else joins, though. Is the thing.
I do think someone else was gonna join. I don't know. But then again, like Bartholomew, like Rebecca, all these people had potential to join and they never end up joining, right?
I know, but like now he's got this whole fleet.
That's true. Like all the people that I thought might join his crew are now part of his fleet, right? I'm still putting my money on Pudding, Big Mom's daughter.
Hmm. I think I'm before I like think about that. I'm gonna wait till she actually like appears.
That's true. That's true. Cause like for all we know, she could be like the biggest bitch, like the biggest like so evil or whatever. Like we really don't know
Hmm.
anything about her, right? I don't know. Just I have something in my head right now. Like I could picture Sanji like this like. First of all, Sanji falls for every girl he meets, so like
Hmm.
I could see that happening with Pudding, and I could see him like kind of going through with the marriage or whatever. So it's like
So then
Luffy
she'd
already
have to come to the
said
crew.
that like exactly like Luffy already said like she'd accept her into the crew, right?
Hmm.
The whole there's a whole problem with like the whole thing is like they would have to go under Big Mom, which is not going to happen because Luffy's not going to do that. But I don't we don't really know what's going to happen in the next arc, so I have a feeling that Pudding is somehow going to get in there. Like she might abandon Big Mom or something. But like I don't know. Out of all the candidates, for some reason I have my money on Pudding. It might be because I'm biased with Sanji, but who knows?
Like the only other person I could see maybe joining, but this is like a big stretch, would probably be Caesar. I don't know
Ooh.
why, because like, he's an enemy, but at the same time, like he's been with the Straw Hats for like a whole arc now.
That is true, and to be honest, Oda did say that apparently, according to an interview, Oda said that the next crew member would be a previous enemy.
Oh my goodness.
So like, but that kind of fits with Pudding as well, because like
Yeah,
technically, if
because
she's
she
with
is
Big
technically an
Mom,
enemy.
she's technically an enemy.
Yeah.
So like, who knows? I'm excited. I do want a new crew member, like someone to mix it up.
Mm-hmm. Instead of an
So,
uneven nine.
exactly. And he did say at the beginning of the series that he wanted 10 people, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he was saying including himself. I don't know.
I
Um,
think you're right.
on that note, who is your favorite villain or enemy in Bleach/One Piece?
In Bleach, I'd say it'd have to be the Espada. Like, I don't have a specific one, just them in general.
I, I agree. Like the whole arc with Waco Mundo, like first, like that's the only other arc I was really into other than the first one. So that's a good call.
Yeah, and then for One Piece, like, there's just so many good ones. It's between two people, like Blackbeard and Sakazuki Akainu. Mainly with Blackbeard, I just want to know like how extensive his powers actually are because like he was able to get a second devil fruit But like I don't know if that's because of his devil fruit or because of some other method that he has.
Yeah, there was so many theories on YouTube about this. Like I can't even remember them all, but like I remember one like it was something with a knife, something with like his devil fruit. Like we really don't know yet.
That's the problem, because like Akainu's already basically strong enough to get the One Piece if he wanted to. Because I know Oda said that at some point, but
Yeah, it's like he'd be able to get it in a year, like with his
like
strength.
Blackbeard, like he's beating Marco now. Like oh my goodness,
Honestly, I'm such a Marco fanboy.
I like him too. I think he needs to show up again like soon, which I think they were alluding to, but we'll see.
They did like they're trying to find him now or whatever. Okay, so next question: what is the saddest moment in One Piece for you?
There's two that come to mind because like there's so many, and I usually like my eyes will start to water, but like the tears won't come because I won't let them. But there were like two moments where I remember specifically shedding one tear. But like the first one was when Nami like back, I don't even remember what her town was called, but back wherever she
I
lives,
can't remember either.
and yeah, like when the rest of the crew is getting ready to fight uh oh what's his name, Arlong's crew, and Nami's sitting on the ground crying, stabbing her arm, and she asks Luffy for help, and he's just standing there staring at her. I was like, oh my goodness, like
That
my
was a
heart was
great
racing,
scene. Oh
tears
my
were
god.
falling. And then as soon as Ace died, like oh, like he did all that work to get Ace, and then he's just dead. Like I couldn't even.
I agree.
I was so
Like
devastated.
Ace definitely got to me. It's not even the fact that Ace died. It's literally the fact that like all these episodes went by. Luffy was trying to save him. Like finally we get that like glimmer of hope. Like he's jumping over. Like he's literally about to be saved, and boom, dies in like Luffy's arms or whatever. And like, like I just felt so bad. Like Luffy's eyes, I felt so bad for him.
My mouth was open. I couldn't.
Um, and like you said in that scene with Nami, like I just remember him like because Luffy always wanted to help Nami, but Nami was like stay out of my business, stay out of my business or whatever, and like she finally like Luffy help me or whatever, and he's just like of course or whatever. It was amazing. It was like that's like honestly like that scene. Just talking about it right now, I have goosebumps.
I do too, actually.
Number 8, sub or dub?
It actually depends for me, cause like I can watch both, but usually what I do is I watch dub if like I'm trying to like play a game and watch anime at the same time. Cause like
True.
if I have it on sub, I have to focus on it so I know everything that's happening. Where at least with dub, I can turn like the subtitles on and listen to the dub so I can see uh what the actual text is supposed to be. Cause like the dubs usually mix it up a little bit, but
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
I
the dubs definitely transfer it. But honestly, with sub as well, like a lot of them are fan made subs, so the subs
mhm,
aren't even that accurate.
I don't know. I prefer subs, but I definitely watch more dubs in all actuality.
Really. So I feel like yeah, I prefer subs mainly because all the new shows I watch come out in subbed, and like they come out first in subbed, right?
Yeah.
And I have probably watched more anime in sub because I am a huge seasonal anime watcher. But like the classics, if there is an anime fully completed in dub, I will watch it in dubbed. It's a lot easier for me, right? You don't have to read, you don't have to concentrate as much. But some dubs are horrible, so I can't watch those in dub.
Yeah.
And if the dub is not completed yet, and there's still more seasons coming out, I will always watch it in subbed because I am horrible at transitioning.
Yeah, it was really hard because like when I was watching One Piece in dub, because I didn't even know like I kind of forgot that it was still going when I was first watching it, but like it was in the middle of Thriller Bark and all of a sudden it just changed to sub and I was like, "Oh, this is weird."
Yeah, the transition, especially with like shonen, like you watch hundreds of episodes and then you have to swap, and their voices just sound so different, and it just affects it affects it so much.
Mhm.
Okay, number 9. Who do you think the most useless Straw Hat is?
I'm probably going to get some hate for this one, but I'm going to have to go with Brooke.
Brooke. Yeah, I could definitely agree with that because you got Zoro for a swordsman. Like basically, he's essentially just like a musician. Then that's base like he hasn't done much,
Mhm.
but like basically his biggest contribution is being a musician, and like
And you don't need one.
yeah, well Luffy wants one obviously, but like he could
Yeah.
be replaced with a radio, bro. Yeah, I actually agree with that. Like some people say Nami because Nami like is pretty weak, but at the same time, like without a professional navigator like her, like
You're
they're
screwed.
pretty screwed.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Good call, good call.
Like she brings her own thing to the table because like if it wasn't for her being a navigator, she would definitely be the most worthless.
Oh,
But
for sure, for sure. Honestly, Brooke brings the comedy. That's what I forgot to add. Like I find Brooke hilarious, but other than that, like what does he do? Nothing. But like
true.
he does bring the comedy. He's there for comedy relief, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's
I
the
am
main purpose.
hopefully like in the future arcs, like because they're gonna be facing off against Kaido, the Shogun, right? Like I feel like there's gonna be so many adversaries that Brooke's gonna have to face off against someone strong. So hopefully, like we get some development there because he's definitely the least like he's been the least developed.
For sure. Like he hasn't really done much.
Exactly. Okay. Number 10. How did you first get into anime?
Well, I don't even remember how old I was, but I was really, really young, and I first remember seeing commercials for Naruto on Toonami. And I was like, "Oh, this looks fantastic. I have to watch this." So like then for the next how many years, I every single Saturday I would just sit in my basement watching Naruto, and that's how I was first introduced.
Nice, nice.
Like I had to have been at least 10.
I feel like yeah, it's very similar for everyone. Like I remember when I was young, like I saw like a couple Naruto episodes. I saw one One Piece episode, and I did not know what I was watching because I was so young. And I was just like I knew I was really into it, but like eventually years went by. I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z when I was young. That's like probably the one show that like I actually like would go out of my way to watch
Mhm.
and have watched multiple episodes of. But then eventually years went by and I hadn't really watched anything. I watched Dragon Ball, and then eventually I went back and watched all of Dragon Ball Z, and then I watched all of Naruto, and then I finally figured out what the anime was that I watched, and it was One Piece, and I watched it all. Currently caught up, read so many chapters, like I'm basically caught up. I'm completely caught up, but I did skip some chapters in the middle because I watched the anime for those.
Mhm.
And One Piece is my favorite anime now. Like a lot of people have this similar thing, like they watched Toonami when they were young, or they watched
Mhm.
Cartoon Network or whatever.
Like I also remember one time like I was in a Culver's in my town and like they had these two TVs. Like I don't even I'm sure you don't even know what a Culver's is, but it's like a
No idea.
restaurant we have locally. It's kind of like a fast food place.
Okay, okay.
But they had two TVs up in there and it was late and I remember the episode where Luffy his first fighting Buggy was on and I was like that was the first time I
Cool.
ever saw One Piece. And then when I was also really young, I was like up really late. It was probably like 2 a.m., which was extremely late for me at the time, and a Bleach marathon was on Adult Swim. Like they were starting it from the beginning, and I had to have stayed up till at least 6 because I just couldn't stop watching because it was just so good.
It's a marathon.
Yeah,
Oh man. Especially if they started from the beginning, that must have been so good to watch. Oh, I used to, I always forget Pokemon's an anime technically, but like
true. I did watch Pokemon.
I watched a lot of Pokemon. Like I woke up at 8 o'clock. I made sure like before school every day I would watch my Pokemon. I would watch it late at night. Like I literally watched Pokemon twice a day because where I'm from, like it aired twice a day. Like it aired in the morning at 8, and then I remember like just before bed, it would air. So I'd watch Pokemon basically every day. Where do One Piece and Bleach stand on your top anime list? Like, do you have any other favorites that you like more than them?
Well, my top five right now it goes One Piece, and then Cowboy Bebop, and then Bleach, and then Samurai Champloo, and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like that's my top five at the moment.
That's a good list. Like honestly, all amazing anime. Cowboy Bebop, fantastic. Samurai Champloo,
It's so good.
I love it. Like I've watched it like 2 or 3 times now. It's so good. Like honestly, Cowboy Bebop's better, but I don't know. I have this connection with Samurai Champloo.
I agree.
For me, have you seen Steins Gate?
I have seen Steins Gate.
It's probably one of my favorites. Like okay, One Piece is my favorite anime. Like Steins Gate, Cowboy Bebop, those are all up there. But like I have this attachment with Steins Gate, and new episodes are gonna be coming out for Steins Gate, like an alternate ending.
Really?
Yeah, it's I believe it's gonna be Steins Gate Zero or whatever,
That's
and
so
like it's
cool.
as if like the 23rd. It's like starting from the 23rd episode, they're gonna continue as if like he didn't end up saving Mikase Kurisu,
That's gonna be so cool. I didn't even know they were gonna
and
do that.
yeah. Honestly, like apparently there was news about this for a while, and I didn't know at all. And when I found out, I was just so hyped to rewatch the entire series. Have you seen Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple?
I have not.
I recommend it, man. I think that might actually be my second after One Piece for like favorite. Like I know they're not like Steins Gate. I consider like a very very good anime. Cowboy Bebop considered like an excellent brilliant anime, right? And then there's One
Hmm.
Piece. It's just my favorite. Like I love One Piece, and that's the same thing I have with Kenichi. Like Kenichi the Mice Disciple. Everyone watching, watch it because I love this anime. Like it's my favorite. I highly recommend it, especially if you're into like the anime we've been talking about, One Piece and Bleach. Like Kenichi's shorter, but Kenichi's amazing. I love it.
I'll definitely check it out, man.
What is your favorite Bankai, and what is your favorite sword in general?
For the Bankai right now, just because Kisuke, like I don't know if you're caught up, but Kisuke's Bankai just got announced like
Yeah,
two
no, I'm
chapters
not
ago.
fully caught up in the thing, but go ahead. Like I've
Oh,
watched all the anime, and then I
it is
started reading afterwards, and then I stopped.
like right now I'd have to say that's like the one that's piquing my interest, but like I still don't understand exactly how it works because I don't always process the manga when I read it. I have to kind of read it two or three times. But
Mhm. Yeah, I skim read as
I'd
well.
have to say before that my favorite Bankai is probably Byakuya's just because it's so versatile. Like the fact that there's like a thousands
It's
of
so
swords flying
OP.
around you. Like in theory, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool. But like my favorite sword,
and they look like cherry blossoms or whatever. Like it looks sick.
yeah, like my favorite sword though is probably gonna be a weird one. Do you remember Izuru's sword? It's called like Wambisuke, I believe.
Oh,
And what
I
it
remember
does is
that.
it like does the weird curve thing. I don't know. I just like the idea of like the shape of the sword because it's just so different compared to all the other ones, and it makes everything that it touches heavier. So like if you just clash with somebody for a couple minutes, like they're gonna have some trouble lifting it. I don't know. It was just really unique to me. So that's the one that always stood out.
I'm a pretty huge fan of Renji's Bankai, but when it comes to like straight sword, like this like Shikai or whatever, Ichigo's looks so thick. Like it's huge. I don't know. It looks really cool, and but like I'm like Ichigo's Bankai, like it really doesn't really do anything. It just increases in speed and power, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not the coolest looking thing. While like Renji's actually Renji's Shikai is really cool too. Like with like the whole attachments.
where it just like flies out. I always thought it looked really cool.
His Bankai isn't even the most powerful. Every time he went into Bankai, like I thought it was so sick.
hmm I also really liked Ichigo's like first look of his Zanpakuto. Like it was just a bigger sword, really. Like it was
Yeah, and we
just
really
simple
haven't
looking.
seen it like it's always been like stuck in Shikai, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I did like the original, like this like, it was like a skyscraper in his hand.
hmm
Number 13. What is your favorite devil fruit?
This is another really tough one for me because there are so many cool ones. But I'm probably gonna have to go with Enel's fruit. I think it's called the Rumble Rumble.
Yeah. Oh, that's so overpowered.
Like the one.
it's No, it's a great fruit. It's a great choice. Like the only reason Luffy won is because he's rubber and like you said
It's his
Enel, right?
natural weakness. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like probably the only person that can beat Enel at that state in time, like at that strength level, is Luffy.
It's just because like it was his natural weakness. Like if he would have fought anybody else, he probably would have like anybody else probably would have lost at that given time.
Yeah, like no, anyone at Luffy's current strength would have got destroyed. Like they wouldn't have a chance.
I don't know. That one's probably my favorite just because like you can travel like really fast. Like not as fast as Kizaru, but I don't know. It was really cool to me.
Honestly, if Enel was, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but if he was like part of like, because he's not obviously part of the like he's part of the anime, but like he's not involved at all. If he was involved and was like causing shit like in the new world, like I think his bounty would be ridiculous. Like it would be next level. Like he could probably be like a Yonko. Like
He'd probably I'm guessing he'd probably be at least 500 million.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Oda like released like what his like bounty would be, but I don't remember it. But it was something ridiculous. And for the last question, what is your next goal on YouTube? Like you have been blowing up your channel. Like I'm a huge fan of your channel right now and all your facts videos. And what is your next goal on YouTube?
Well, right now I'm inching towards 10,000 subscribers, so I think that one's actually going to happen, but that was my next goal.
Hmm. Yeah, you're like 9,400, but like after 10,000, what would it be?
After 10,000, I'm shooting for 25. Cause like right now I do facts videos about 5 facts, 10, 25, 50, and 101. So like as soon as I hit each of those numbers, I want to do like a full week of that type of fact video. So really I'm going to have to get working here really soon for
Yeah.
10. But 25 is my next goal cuz I want to be able to hit all of those.
That's actually pretty cool. Like, so you're basing your goals off of the type of video, like you're connecting you with off the type of videos that you make. That's actually really interesting. And I'm definitely looking forward to those top tens. Like, you're gonna hit 10K so soon. Like, your channel. Every time I go to your channel, it's like I wished you eight congratulations on 8K like 2 days ago, or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
it's ridiculous. Like, congratulations, man.
Thanks, dude. Couldn't do it without you guys.
So yeah, those were all the questions. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me. It was really fun.
Of course, anytime, man. Anytime you're interested in doing anything with me, just let me know. Like, I had a lot of fun doing this. And for everyone watching, I'll see you all next time, dudes.
See you later.